Good day everyone. In this video, we will discuss about ICT and assessment for learning.
Assessment is always considered a key component in the process of teaching and learning. A major role is being played by ICT in making the process of assessment easy for teachers. As the use of ICT is increasing, the assessment is made now in a new and innovative manner. While employing ICT in assessment, the recording of responses and providing necessary feedback is likely to grow as virtual learning environments is growing day by day. Not only this, the students are being empowered to make use of online or web-based assessments, which in return help the students to do self-assessment of their learning. This paper is in support of applying ICT in conducting assessment for students. The paper analyzes the concept of assessment with its types and explores various technological tools which will empower the teachers to make assessment much more effective in a classroom situation. Assessment involving the use of information and communication technologies, or the ICT, can be used to deliver traditional assessment formats more effectively and efficiently, and to change the way competencies are assessed and develop formats that facilitate the assessment of competencies that have been difficult to capture with traditional assessment formats. ICT can be used to develop tests such as computer-based tests, often a digital version of the traditional paper-based tests, computer adaptive tests, are able to change their form in response to the input from the learner being tested, and test creation applications. ICT-based assessments may also incorporate simulation, interactivity, and constructed response formats. Sophisticated ICT programs that score open-ended performances, measure learners' reasoning processes, examine how learners go about thinking through problems, and even provide feedback to learners have been developed in some settings.
Now, let's proceed to the types of assessment. Assessment can be classified in the various types based on the purpose in which it designed. It can be classified as formative assessment, summative assessment, diagnostic assessment, and authentic assessment. Formative assessment provides feedback and information during the instructional process, while learning is taking place and while learning is occurring. It helps teachers understand to this progress the level of understanding during a unit of instruction. Some examples of formative assessment are four-corner assessment.
Summative assessment takes place after the learning has been completed and provides information and feedback that sum up the teaching and learning process. Its purpose is to let the teachers and students know the level of accomplishment attained. So, some example of summative assessment are unit tests, midterm exam, and final exam. Diagnostic assessments. It can help you identify your students' current knowledge of a subject, their skills set and capabilities, and to clarify misconceptions before teaching takes place. It's designed to locate specific learning deficiencies in case of specific individuals at a specific stage of a learning lesson, so that specific efforts can be made to overcome those resources. Some examples of diagnostic assessment are pre-tests, self-assessment, and interviews. And the last one is authentic assessment or performance assessment. It describes the multiple form of assignment that reflect student learning, achievement, motivation, and attitudes on instructionally relevant classroom activities. It usually includes a task for students to perform and to rubric by which the performance in the task will be evaluated. So, some example of authentic assessments are experiments, demonstration, and projects.
Now, let's tackle what is the role of ICT in assessment learning. Assessment is always considered a key component in the process of teaching and learning. ICT have a big role in assessment and learning, especially in the life of students learning and teachers teaching. The use or role of ICT in assessment is very helpful to teachers' information and results of examination. So, with the help of ICT, the scores of the students can be easily be recorded and stored and can easily be retrieved. With the help of technology, teachers can easily track and compute the results of the examination, compute the grades of the students. And also, with the use of ICT, the teachers can right away give feedback to students on the result of their assessment. With the help of technology, teachers can show the scores of students, the result of their effort. Feedback from the computer during the use of this material improves students' performance and later use of the same test material. Feedback from the computer provides access from the feedback. It can avoid misunderstanding. So the role of ICT or technology in assessment learning is storage for the information of students on their assessment.
Another rule of ICT. Technology has the ability to support teacher by assisting students' learning in terms of their performances in the classroom. The use of ICT in assessment is now common where it utilizes digital devices, which is also help in construction of assessment tasks for students. It helps in delivery of assessment tasks. The use of ICT can help teacher by storing and recording information about how students are developing understanding of new materials. ICT use in assessing students' learning by texting to administer tests, to score the test, analyze, and to facilitate. Assessment refers to the wide variety of methods or tools used by the educators. ICT like laptops, smartphones, computers, and others assist the teacher in assessment by constructing assessment tasks, delivering the task to relevant students, recording and providing feedback to students, computing and giving grades to students. So the role of ICT in the assessment involved the use of digital devices to assist in the construction, delivery, storage, or reporting of student assessment tasks, response, grades, or feedback. ICT can be used to deliver traditional assessment formats more effectively and efficiently.
Next rule, we have ICT produce a creative learning environment. A creative ICT-based learning environment should therefore allow the students to articulate knowledge with different modes, images, writing, layout, gesture, sound, speech, and 3D objects. We all know that learning environment in educational setting are essentially a classroom and aim to provide education for student learning development. Okay, the next role of ICT we have promotes collaborative learning in a distance learning environment. So, collaborative learning encourages and enables two students to work and learn together to study and explore a subject, to solve a problem, to complete a task or an assignment. Also, using ICT enables students to communicate, share, and work collaboratively anywhere or anytime. Especially in this time of in time of pandemic. it cannot currently face-to-face vary. For instance, a teleconference classroom invites students around the world to gather together for a top discussion. This is a very great idea because it is they may have the opportunity to analyze problems and explore ideas as well as to develop context. Two students not only acquire knowledge together, but also share diverse learning experiences of one another in order to express themselves and reflect. Now, let's proceed to the next rule. We have offer more opportunities to develop critical higher order thinking skills. So, technology is one of the most powerful tools in our schools today for developing critical thinking skills because based on a constructive learning approach, ICT helps students focus on higher level concepts rather than list in tasks. Why? Because according to McMahon study, long exposure in the ICT environment can posture students higher critical thinking skills. Thus, schools are strongly advised to integrate technologies across all of the learning areas and among all learning levels. Where this is done, students are able to apply the technology to attainment of higher level abbreviation within a specific learning context. The next rule, we have improved teaching and learning quality. According to Lauter, there are three important characteristics are needed to develop with quality teaching. So these are autonomy, capacity, and creativity. So autonomy means that students take control of their learning through the use of ICT. In this way, they become more capable of working by themselves and with others. So, teacher can also authorize students to complete certain tasks to peers or in groups. Through collaborative learning with ICT, students more have opportunity to build the new knowledge and become more confident to take risks and learn. With regards to capability, once students are more confident in learning processes, they can develop the capability to apply and transfer knowledge while using technology with efficiency and effectively. So, for example, in an ESL listening and speaking class, students may be asked to practice their pronunciation using an online audio dictionary. Therefore, to all learning process, enrich students' learning skills and broadens their knowledge beyond the left they or really know by using ICT student. Creativity can be optimized. They may discover the new multimedia tools and create material style regularly available to them through games, genres, and accommodation with a combination of student autonomy, capability, and creativity. The use of ICT can improve both teaching and learning quality.
ICT-based assessment. ICT-based assessment. So first, what are ICT-based assessments? This use of ICT in assessment involves the use of digital devices to assist in the construction, delivery, storage, or reporting of student assessment tasks, responses, grades, or feedback. Ang ICT ay isang generic na termino na tumutukoy sa mga teknolohiya na ginagamit para sa pagkolekta, pag-iimbak, pag-edit at pagpapasa ng impormasyon sa iba't ibang anyo. So next is information communication technology. First, let us define IT or information technology. Is defined as a study or use of electronic equipment, especially computers, for storing, analyzing, and sending out
Communication
information.
technology is a process of sending, receiving, and exchanging information.
So next, ICT literacy. ICT literacy basically involves using digital technology, communication, and tools and or access, manage, integrate, evaluate, and create information in order to function in a knowledge society. So now let's proceed to the ICT characteristics. So we have here three characteristics of ICT. So first is efficiency. It includes faster, cheaper, fewer steps, less people, less paperwork. Second characteristic is effectiveness. It includes most attractive, fewer errors, customized, personalized, achievable, transparent, searchable. And the third characteristic is innovation. It includes new products and new technology. Next is the importance of ICT. First thing is a source of knowledge. Second is a medium to transit knowledge. And the last one is as the means of interaction, dialogue.
ICT-based assessment characteristic. Number 1. Measure the desired level of performance. Number 2. ICT-based assessment cost-effective in terms of effort, time, and money. Number 3. ICT-based assessment useful that will produce results that provide information that can be used in making decisions to improve. Number 4. ICT-based assessment is reasonably accurate and truthful. Number 5. ICT-based assessment is defendable, consistent responses over time. And the last is ICT-based assessment has evidence of being ongoing, not once and done.
So that is all about our topic. I hope that you learned something about our topic ICT and assessment for learning. Thank you for listening.